I'll give you already copies on how are you going to tackle your research. Take note that what you are doing now is a quantitative research. Okay. What you're doing now is quantitative. From the root word itself, quantity. Okay? So if you're doing a research, you are getting, when you say quantitative, you are getting informations. You are getting data, right? Huwag na magsulat. Ang gusto ko maintindihan nyo kung anong gagawin nyo. Okay? Because kahit hindi kayo gumawa ng questionnaire, kasi until now, walang questionnaire na dumarating sa akin for checking. Kahit hindi kayo gumawa ng questionnaires, for as long as you read this, you will get all the informations. Now, this outline that I made for your research is just the basis for you to have an idea on how are you going to do your task. Right? Right? Good. Okay. Now, sabi ko kanina, you are doing a quantitative research from the word quantity. So you're going to get data, informations. How are you going to do that? Now, these are now the guidelines. Now, the first part of your operation research is your introduction. Of course, walang research na walang introductions. What are the data you're going to include in your introductions? One, a short background of the agency or the company which you are doing your research. Ano yung mga informations na kukunin nyo sa background? Anong klase? Okay? Anong klase ang agency? Is that a corporation? Is that a partnership? Is that a sole proprietorship? Okay? Sino-sino ang bumuo? Paano nabuo? And that's only a short background. So that belongs to your introductions. Did you get it? Now, the second part of your operation research is the management aspect. Now, here are now the data na pwede niyong pagpilian, but you're going to make now a narrative report on the management aspect. Take note, narrative. Bakit sinabi kong narrative? It's not qualitative. Kasi ang qualitative, you get the data, okay? You validate the data, you have an investigations, and then you have to interpret, and that is qualitative. Dito sa qualitative, wala. Wala kayong i-validate, wala kayong i-justify. Okay? All you have to do is to get the data para kayong nag-report. Did you get it? So it's purely quantitative. Now, under the management aspects, one, management during the pre-operating period. May mga ano yan, may mga ladder, may mga history ang bawat agency. O tingnan niyo, I'll give you examples, Duka. Ang Duka noon ay nagsimula lang sa isang store. Diba? Okay. So maliit na store. Okay. Sino ang originators? Who are the promoters? Who are the managers? Who are the persons involved in establishing that company or that agency? Management during construction period. Diba? Pwede nyo itong magpilian for as long as you have at least one. Okay? Number 2 considerations, management during the operating period. Kanina, pre-operating period. Ngayon, operating period. Type of business organizations, partnership, corporations, and reason for the choice. Okay? Now, if they opted to have a partnership, sino dito may partnership na nakuha? Or sole proprietorship? Sa inyo, enterprises, right? It's a sole proprietorship, right? Okay. So, you have already the idea on how are you going to tell the story. Internal organization is statement of functions of each unit. Okay. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Okay. The father is the financer. Okay. The daughter or the son is the one who running the business. Nakuha niyo yung logic. So, you tell me the story. Okay? You tell us the story. The reader now, if you provide all the information, the reader now will not ask, ay, paano ito na buo? Andun na sa management aspect nyo. Okay? Next, who are the others? Foreigner ba? Filipino? Okay? Management of personnel from the members to the board of directors and the department or sections managers. Ito, this entails now big organizations. Okay? This is already now a corporations. Okay? Bakit sabi ko, this is already corporations. Take note that each department, each personnel has its own duties and responsibilities. Okay. What are the requirements for recruitment? Kanina, I'm listening to your conversations during your on-job training. Sabi ni Albert, doon na lang ako sa may allowance. Sabi naman
Ano ba sasabi ko?
okay, may pagkain ka naman kahit walang allowance. Take note that this should be research. Okay? Recruitment. Paano nag-recruit? Paano kayo nag-hire ng tao? Paano sila nag-hire ng tao? Okay? Meron ba ng personal department na in charge sa recruitment? Compensations. Are they paying the legal rate? Nakita nyo? Malalaman nyo, ay, hindi sila nagbabayad ng provincial rate. Okay? Now, the staffing qualifications. Ano ang qualification ng store manager? Ano ang qualifications ng crew? Okay? Ng secretary, ng cashier. Okay? So, lalabas yun doon. You're now going to report on a narrative template. Now, next considerations is labor. Yan. Ano bang kinukuha yung ano bang kinukuha? Out of school youth? Fresh graduates? Okay, my qualifications, paano qualifications? You have to specify the qualifications. Okay? Then, asan na ako?
Number 2, sir.
Number 2, number required for each skills. So, tingnan nyo, walang walking dyan sa Lasang Station. May nakalagay, wanted. Nakita nyo, nakita nyo nakalagay doon? At least high school graduates. For cashier, at least college level. Ayan, very clear. Take note that I have a specific rubrics on how I'm going to give you grades. Take note, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito dalawang subjects. Okay? Now, next is sources of labor force for each type of skills. Okay. Saan ba kumukuha? Kumukuha ba sa TESDA, sa training center ng mga staff? Recruitment program. Anong ginagawa? Pag hinahire, anong ginagawa? They have to undergo trainings. Okay? O tingnan niyo sa Jollibee. Anong ginagawa sa Jollibee, di ba? Hindi ka agad-agad sinasama. They have to undergo trainings, right? Ayan, compensations. Ayan, how much is the prevailing rates? Ayan, nakita ko yan sa ginawa kong rubrics. Sumusunod ba ito na agency sa provincial rates? Or it's below the prescribed rates? So, malalaman natin. Rates intended for the project starting rates and provisions for annual increases. Nagbibigay ba ng incentives? May increase ba after 1 year? Or 6 months, hindi pa man nakakabot ng 6-month chugi na? Because they are not giving regularizations. Take note, under the law states that if you surrendered continuous service for 6 months to be complete, you can run after with your employer kasi 6 months is the prerequisites. Okay, not unless otherwise, you join the organizations, it's very clear in your contract that you are coterminous. What are those coterminous? Ibig sabihin, upon completion of the project, like for example, 5 years is the project completions or durations. 5 years ang kontrata mo. Okay? Then there are some provisions in your contract na if you do not comply with the requirements, you will be terminated. Okay? Next, facilities for laborers. Ayan. Ito ang gusto ko malaman. Pag nagtatrabaho ba ang mga regular, may regularization ba dyan? Wala. Contractual lahat, job order. What is the nature of the work? Nagbibigay ba sila ng sa mga managerial staff? Nagbibigay ba sila ng free board and lodging? May housing allowance? How about transportation? May service? Ang crew, may service ba? O pinapaboard ba? Free ang board and lodging? Meron ba ng medical? Meron ba ng dental? Okay? So, alamin natin yan. Recreations, meron ba ng R&R? Recreations and relaxations every Wednesday? Sige, pag nag-close ng 5 o'clock, sige, may bonding. Okay. What are those fresh benefits? If you reach the quota, you are entitled for the fresh benefits. That's an additional income. Now, effects of labor laws on the item. Ito ba, na nakuha nating information, is this in accordance with the law? Take note that you have your law. You have your law. It is in accordance. Kaya mismo, na nag-research, you're the one who are going to discover if that agency is complying or not. Okay? Now, next. Is it run by a general manager? Or the owner itself is the general manager? Okay? What are those professional firms to be hired? Okay, what are those? Nag-hire ba ng law? Ng lawyer? Or nag-hire ba ng accountant? Bookkeeper? Or sila lang gumagawa? Okay? Engineering. What are those aspects? Take note. Dito sa engineering na ito, pag natakyan nyo to, shoot kayo sa facilities management. Did you get it? Pag ito natakyan nyo, ang engineering aspect, tusok ito, facility management na subject nyo. Di ba? Okay. Pero pag wala kayong na-mention about the engineering aspect, minsan wala kayo sa facilities management na. Now, let's have now the marketing aspect, which is the third aspect of your research. Now, demand. The first category is the demand. Now, how are we going to determine the demands? Now, you can determine the demands on the sales. Kaya nga dapat malaman yung sales. Okay? Consumptions for the past years. Okay. Ilan ang dapat nating i-present? Dito, maglalagay kayo ng tables. Okay? Dito mag-support kayo ng tables. Okay? For the past 5 years, ito po ang sales share ng Jollibee. Starting from 2019, backward, 5 years ang... Tingnan nyo ang sales. Sales and consumptions. Kung sales is mataas, okay? Ibig sabihin, mataas ang demand. Okay? Yan lang naman ang basis eh. Okay? Now, how are you going to determine the regional markets? Nag-branch out na ba? Nagdagdag na ba? Okay? Or nag-diversify? Take note that there are two kinds of things that you are going to consider. Diversifications and branching out. What's the difference between the two? Anybody? Pag sinabi natin diversifications and branching out, Okay, how about branching out? Nagdagdag? O parang sinabi mo, parang parehas lang. Elaborate mo, Rosella. Oh, very good. When you mention lugar, ibig sabihin, you have a separate locations. Okay? Parehas ng, ako, based on my research now, yung pinaka-progressive na cooperative is GSAC. I mean, are you familiar with GSAC?
Yes.
Yung Gumad St. Anthony Cooperatives, the billionaire cooperatives in the Philippines. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, nag-branch out na sila, hindi sila nag-diversify. Ito, dalawa ang kanilang ginawa. Diversification and branching out. Aside from branching out ng diversify, bakit nag-diversify sila? They have already drugstore. Okay? Meron naman sila ng mga mini store, and that is diversifications. Let's go down doon sa level para you have a concrete pictures on what is diversifications. Pag meron kayo ng parlor ang pinag-usapan natin, okay, na kung parlor lang ang product mo, ang service mo, wala kang kikitain. So, the owner should think of a strategy kung paano siya mag-diversify. If I am the owner, ano gagawin ko? Maghahanap ako ngayon ng products related to parlor. What are those? Beauty products. Okay, sabon. Lahat ng beauty products. Okay, so that's in line with my existing business. Hindi na kukuha ng panibagong permit because nag-diversify lang. Okay? Take note, kailangan sa diversifications, iisa ang product na related sa main product mo. Okay? I'll give you a quick example kung paano ang diversification is not effective. Like for example, meron ka ng sari-sari store. Gusto mo mag-diversify. Sabi, sir, pwede bang sari-sari store lagyan ko ng funeral parlor? Yes or no?
No.
Definitely no. Kasi hindi siya parehas. Hindi siya nakalinya. Another thing. Okay. Restaurant. Gusto ko, sir, restaurant na ikaw pakunin barber shop. Albert, can you do that? No. Magkaiba. Okay? So, magkaiba. How about a restaurant but a sugary store? Alam mo yung sugary?
Dessert.
Yung mga matatamis, yung mga chocolate na related sa pagkain. That is diversifications. Now, ang diversification, no need for you to get another license. Okay? Kasi nga in line with your main products, which is already permitted by the law. Okay. Now, types of consumers. Ano ang tempo ng consumers mo dito sa marketing? Ano ba ang mga ang consumers mo? Mga pipitsubin or mga elite? Diba? Alamin nyo kung ano ang nag-cater and sir ng iyan ang masang-masa. Jollibee is masang-masa, right? Okay. But if you speak about five-star hotel, that's not masa. Diba? That is elite. Kasi ang cater yung consumers is quite higher. Diba? Now, types of markets. Is it international or local markets? Alamin natin. Next, major firm users. Meron ba yan man? Like for example, is Jollibee is an international corporation? Yes or no? Yes, because it's not only here in the Philippines. Many countries have already Jollibee. Okay? Ako, to tell you honestly, when I visited Singapore, my God, hindi ako kumakain ng pagkain nila. I look for a resto na Filipino, nakikita ko Jollibee. Okay, nag-Jollibee ako. Ganun pa rin. Okay? Then, pumunta naman ako ng Malaysia, ang Malaysia na naman is more on
Spicy.
yung mahaanghang. I hate, akala mo kung anong pagkain ng baboy na yung may mga toppings. Particularly yung sa ano sa gabi ng mga tusok-tusok. Sa atin is mga isaw-isaw. Ay, Diyos ko, in Singapore at saka sa Malaysia, very rampant. Yung mga red strip, ang dami-dami mga ihaw-ihaw. Akala ko, sabi ko, ay, feeling ko nasa Davao lang ako. Okay? Mag-ihaw-ihaw, pero hindi mo alam kung ano ang mga pinag-ihaw-ihaw nila. Pagkatapos may mga sausaw na rin. So, again, hinahanap ko pa rin yung kilala kong pagkain. Next, method used and factors considered in preparing the above projections. Dito, kailangan nyo gumawa ng tables. Okay? The law of supply and demands. Paano ba inaatake? Pag marami bang demands, ano ang kailangan supplies? Marami ba or konti lang? Okay? You need tables to support this study. Next, comparison of the projection with that of government offices, trade associations. Kahit ito, hindi na kayo because this is broader. Paano ko nasabi na this is broader? Kasi, like for example, Jollibee. Jollibee ang agency nyo. Kukuha kayo ng data, okay, sa ibang related na business. Like for example, Jollibee, kukuha ka ng data mo sa Greenwich. To make a comparison. Now, you can delete this portion. Okay? Like for example, hardware. Okay, ang dami-daming hardware dito. Ano ang pagkakaiba? Anong feature ng agency na pinag-aaralan nyo as compared to other agency with the same line of products? Yan ang ibig sabihin nito. But if you can get, very good. Now, the supply. Ayan, eto. You have to get this one, the demand and supply. Supply for the past 5 years. Okay. Oh, ang chicken ng Jollibee. Sino ang nagsusupply? San Miguel or Del Monte? Okay? You have to find out. Is it imported or locally supplied? Ayan lang yan, sir, sa Bulacan. Ayan lang yan, sir, sa Laguna. Okay? Yan. Projected supply for the next 5 years. Ayan. Ito, tables will speak. Ang dami-dami yung dapat asikasuhin dito, my dears. Kaya nga ako ng problema, ako nang mag-text si Rosella sa akin. Sabi ko, may galan ng ginagawa ng mga estudyante ko. Dalawa pa namang subjects ito. Factors affecting trends in past and future supply. Ayan, I'll give you. Sa Jollibee. Nakita niyo yung namatay na mga na manok sa loose. I think if I'm not mistaken, that was Saturday. Yung nawala ang aerator. Di ka na lang ng TV.
Wala kami TV, sir.
Current events. May isang poultry house na 3 billion ang worth ng chicken. Nawala ng kuryente, hindi nag-functions ang aerator for 4 hours. Matay lahat ng manok. Now, that situations, do you think that could affect now the supplies of your raw materials?
Yes.
Definitely yes. Ngayon, take note, you're very timely. Bakit? Enterprise, anong product? Sa inyo diba? Anong product? What's the main product of your agency or your company?
Clothes, RTW.
RTW. What situations you can equate with this one? The law of supply and demand. Take note, the delivery or the in and out of your materials, finished product, sa RTW, finished product, do you think naapektuhan ang price? Yes or no? Naapektuhan ang supply, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, definitely yes. Kasi hindi kayo agad-agad maka-travel. Hindi kayo kaagad-agad makasabi, oy, order ako nito, dapat ibagsak mo ng ganitong oras because I'm a customer. Lalabas yun ngayon because we are already on the new normal. Take note, ngayon, mas lalong mapapalawak nyo dito ang idea nyo kasi apektado ngayon ang business natin. Okay? The law of supply and demands. Now, talking about the law of supplies and demands, of course, what's directly affected is the price. O, tingnan nyo ang face mask. Noon, ang face mask is napaka-cheap, 150. 1 pesos and 50 centavos. Ngayon, how much is the face mask? 15, 18. Tama?
Nagmura ulit sir.
Nagburo barato niyan.
Ang patient na lang 25.
Okay. It's because na, ang dami-dami na
Dami ng
nag-produce.
supplies. Dami supplies.
Okay, so you can still mention that supply, demand, and price. Okay, comparison of the following: cost of importation, cost of production, projected cost of production of the project, importers. My God, ang dami-dami. Kaya sabi ko, hindi alam ito ng barasa. Hindi niya ito binasa. Di ba binagyan ko kayo from the very start?
Yes sir.
Binigyan ko kayo, basahin nyo. Kahit hindi kayo gumawa ng questionnaires, andito lahat ang gusto kong makuha nyo. Okay. Now, the marketing program. Paano ba ang marketing program? I'll give you examples. Marketing program of the Jollibee. Through advertisement is the ito pinaka ng Jollibee is advertisements. Ang marketing program nila. What else? Brochure. Di ba?
Coupons.
These are marketing strategies. Another, the most effective marketing strategies is word of mouth. What do you mean of word of mouth? Ikaw kumain ka, sarapan ka, you recommend it to you. Ay, Diyos ko pali, kumanto ka sa
Friends and
Jollibee,
friends.
panik lang, ulam na. Tara. Diba? That's a word of mouth. That is marketing strategy. Okay? That's marketing program. Okay, another.
Posting on.
Posting yan. Posting ngayon sa social media is the most effective marketing strategies. Anong sinasabi? PM is the
Key.
If you want PM is the key. Okay. Ayan. Dito na lumabas na kanina ang asa na yun? Marketing program, promotion. Ayan, projected sales quantity. Yan, expected annual volume quantity of sales for the project considering the demands, prices, and marketing program. Mula doon sa demands, sa marketing, sa prices, eto, kahit isang table lang, kung marunong kayo ng strategy, kuha-kuha na, pagbasa ko pa ng isang page lang, okay, this speaks about the demands, this speaks about the supplies, this speaks about the price, okay? Project na yun. Okay? Next, the fourth one, ito, the technical aspect. On the technical aspect, dapat broader ang discussions dito kasi isang subject to. Diba? Yan, binaglag natin ko, facility management. That's your subject, right? Aside from operation research, may facility management pa kayo ng subject. Kaya yung output niyo good for 2 subjects. Now, on the technical aspects, what is now the product? Sabi niyo, RTW. Yan. Okay. What is the exact description, the specification of the product including weight, size, and physical and chemical properties? These are, sa RTW, these are, ano yung pinaka-common na words na ginagamit natin pag RTW? These are, DG, dry goods. Di ba dry goods ang RTW? Okay? Principal uses. Well, what is the principal uses of your RTW?
Everyday.
Ha? Everyday use, happy daw machines. Okay?
Social ko naman.
Pwede man ba na nakuha? O, hindi lang everyday use. Test with the product prototype. Paano ba kayo Ay sir, pag puti, pinapasuot niyo ba?
Hindi po.
Hindi.
Titignan ko
Pagpanty!
Hindi.
Hindi, siyempre. Sir, no fitting sir pag mga undergarments. Right? Iba yung mga bra, hindi yung per fitting. Tatanungin nila, sir, oh, mama, what's your particular size? Sabi, pwede ba may suot? Oh, siniswerte kayo. Take note of the prototype of the product. There are some products na hindi pwede. Like, for example, ang product nyo is kabaong.
Susukatin mo.
Susukatin mo.
Special
Siyempre
edition.
yan, ako magigda sa kato ko kung pwede. Yung kataas ang namatay siya sa amon. Take note. Then that's the technical aspect. Take note of the facility management. Next, assurance that the products will be of the expected quality and quantity. Ito, dito kayo masisira. Cheaper by the dozen. Okay? Oh, cheaper nga. Pero ang quality. Okay? Next, manufacturing process. Ito, take note ha, it's a process. It's a step by step. Okay? Description of the process, the flow chart. Take note of the flow chart. Because that is facility management. Normal durations of the process. Kung magluluto ng chicken, how long it takes para may serve. Bago lutuin, meron ba ng mga prior preparations? So RTW, before ordering, ano ang mga kaipuhan ng mga dokumento? Okay? Are you going to prepare an order slip? Okay? Is it from the factory or from the supplier? Take note, dalawang pagkakaiba.
Yes, sir, pwede asal ka na foods. Basta chicken ako. Hindi rin pala sa Jollibee.
What is the main product of Jollibee?
Ano? Chicken spot ang white.
Tawag yan?
Chicken, spaghetti ng burger.
What is the most? Just want to pick one.
Chicken.
Para hindi ka mahirapan.
Chicken.
Oh, Jollibee is the most famous on chicken. Diba? Hindi na yung mga burger na yan. Chicken yan pinag-uusapan ng Jollibee. Okay? Kaya pag sa pizza is the main product. Okay. Another sa manufacturing process. Again, on the technical aspect, I want an elaborate discussions. Proof of reliability and superiority of the processing alternative process. Bakit nasabi na it's the best chicken in town? Hindi nyo man nakuha yung secret na ingredients, but gamitan nyo ng marketing strategies. Paano? Balik-balik. Bakit binabalik-balikan ang chicken ng Jollibee?
May drugs.
Ha? Okay. Licensing agreement. Yan. Dito lalabas ngayon, okay, yung position ba, yung store is not owned by the corporations or the agency, or you are just leasing. Nagrerenta. Okay. Take note, technical aspect ng pinag-uusapan natin. Okay. Talking about the facility management, one of my class nung 2000, yun yung sinabi ko, 2018. Okay. Yung studies nila nakafocus lang dito. Okay, nakafocus dito. Walang aircon. 2015 na. 2015. Walang aircon. Mabahang CR. Okay. May drainage na nag-overflow ang water. So, sabi ko kay ma'am, mag-concentrate lang ako dito, ang estudyante ko mag-concentrate lang dito sa facility management. That's why they were able to address. May nakita pa kayo na tumutulog ng tubig. Okay, yung water system, that's technical aspect. Electricity, okay? Then, using the chalk na address. Okay? Nasabi ko kay ma'am noon when I start teaching, sabi ko ma'am, hindi ako tatanggap sa inyo. Sabi ko, it's not good for using chalk because of the chalk test. Tingnan nyo, dami-daming improvement. Okay, dami-daming improvement because of the
Licensing agreement.
Now,
Including
next processes being developed. Plant size and production
Hindi, sana yun.
schedule. Take
Prices
note. Ito na,
used
number
with
3.
existing plans.
Plant size.
Ay, hindi yun.
Anong data ang gusto niyong makuha ng sa plant size? Kuha kayo ng vicinity map. Humingi kayo ng vicinity map. Definitely, merong store ng vicinity map. Or the store map. Or yung floor plan.
Mm-mm.
Di ba may floor plan? Kasi nalabas nun, tatanungin kayo, asan yung exit during emergency? Kasi may floor plan yan. Okay?
Sana magtutuloy yung picture
Meron yan.
Pagpasok mo sa Jollibee,
May
yun
kumbaga-
na nakalagay doon.
Yung
Evacuation,
mapa.
yun na yun ang tignan nyo. Pagkatapos layout kayo, i-attach nyo sa study nyo. That's it! Bakit pinapahirapan yung
Picturean mo lang sa scrap mo.
Oo.
Picturean mo lang sa scrap mo.
Diba? Okay. Rate and annual and daily plant capacity. Ilan ang tao na pwedeng kumain sa isang araw? Ilan ang capacity? Like for example, ganito ang store mo. Ilan ang capacity? Okay? Ilan ang table mo? Okay? Desirability of the selected capacity. Kaya nga, di ba, sabi mo, pag sobra-sobra ng customer, sir, maglalagay kami dyan ng mga umbrella. Okay. Provision made in the location, layout, machinery, design, and structures for expansions. Ito, ang location mo ba nasa main road? Kung sa main road ka, wala ka na expansions. Bakit? Ang kaaway mo ang gobyerno. What else? What is the consideration sa technical aspect nun? Again, pag ang store mo is mga big time ang customers mo, ano ang unang hahanapin sa'yo? Pag mga big time, parking area. Diba? Kasi may mga ano yan, like mga chikot. Nasabi, ay wala kayo sir, ano parking area? Gusto sana namin kumain kaso wala kaming parking. Yan. Isipan. Okay. Yan, it's desirability of the capacity. Provision made in the location, layout. Anong layout? Anong layout ng store mo? Is that conducive sa customers? Or pagpasok topsy-turvy? Okay? Naalala ko nun sa Genius. Pumasok kayo sa Genius. Bay by bay. Di ba? Nakita niyo yung mga bay, meron sila ng mga bay, 1, A, B, C, D. So, tingnan niyo sa home. Nakalapunta kayo ng home?
Opo.
Tingnan niyo. Pag sinabing day na A, lahat sa glassware. Glassware talaga. Tingnan mo sa Genius.
Halo-halo.
Halo-halo. My God, sabi ko, Diyos ko po. Kaya ako, I prefer na mag-grocery ako sa Gaisano. Kasi sa Gaisano, tingnan nyo, well-organized. Pero comparatively speaking, ang price is quite expensive. Di ba? Di na gusto nito, you are easy, relax, or bubog-bungguan. My God. Okay? What is now the relevance of this study? Bakit may operation research kayo? Take note that you are a future entrepreneur. Right? You're planning to run your own business. You're planning to be a manager on your own. If you don't have any background on this, my God, my dear students, you can never run a business. Okay? Next. What are the major machineries? What is the major machinery sa Jollibee?
Frying pan.
Right, master.
Okay, very good. Akala ko, sir, ano lang, sir, walang ano yun yung karaha. Okay, yung oven, ang laki-laki niya, di ba?
Sarili sa pagkakas.
That's the major. Wag na yung minor. Baka sabihin pa nyo yung refilling station ng yung gravy. That's auxiliary. Okay, wag na auxiliary, yung major lang. Ha? Okay. Specifications and functions. Kailangan may specifications and functions. Availability of spare. Selections of suppliers. Sino ba ang nag-supply yung prime na ano? Quotations from suppliers. O, tingnan nyo lang. Pick just one and then elaborate. Okay. Again, I am very careful with grammars. When you are making a research, I am very particular with your grammars kasi I presume that you are college students already and you know already the subject verb agreement. Okay? Again, go back to the basic because the basics now is the very foundations. Baka may makita ako dyan na constructions na trinabaho
Ay,
ang
October
research,
pa lang, hindi
but
pa tapos
ang
na.
tense is present
October
tense.
tapos na yung time.
Okay. Delivery. Payments and other arrangement with suppliers. Number 5, plant locations. O, ayan, plant locations. Kumuha lang na kayo ng vicinity map. Saan located? Okay. You can have a preview on this introductions. Okay, Jollibee is located at Magsay Size 3. Mention mo lang yan sa introductions because you are giving a pre-knowledge. Pero dito, discussions. Did you get it? Discussions dito, ha? Okay. Baka bigyan mo na ako ng 2-liners sa sentences. My God, babalik ko yan sa inyo. I'm telling you. Again, yung technical out of the sa 5 aspeto, technical aspects mas broader, mas malawig ang inyong discussions because that's one subject. Okay. Plant layout. Ano ibig sabihin ng plant layout? Is that two-story, bungalow style, garden, okay, uphill, okay? What is the structures? Is it made of locally materials? Is it structured by cement, mga bakal, okay, salamin? That is your structures. Okay, ayan. Building area specification and built-in facilities and air conditioning facilities. Take note. Tingnan niyo yung, sinala ko na ng Baguio. Oh, yung Baguio, yung SM ng Baguio, walang air conditioning. Okay. Ang structure niya is lahat naka-glass, pero walang aircon. Meron sa loob ng heater. Walang aircon, it's the other way around. Heater ang andun kasi malamig sa Baguio. Okay. Ang sarap paggabi sa rooftop, di ba? Sarap po yun. Natapos overlooking yung
Yung view.
Hindi yung overlooking yung Burnaby Park. Next, the raw materials. Ayan. Ang raw materials ng Jollibee is what? Jollibee, what is the raw materials of Jollibee? Chicken?
Manok.
Manok!
Manok.
Ito talaga.
Manok
Alam
nasa
niyo
iyo
mga
eh.
medical, gawin sa nanay sa grupo sa iyan. Sino ba yung katanda mo, si Albert? O ay Albert na, no? Gawin sa nanay sa Indo. Baka naman si Laila at saka si ano. Okay. Now, what is the specifications or descriptions of your techno? The physical and the chemical. Is that marinated already? Or raw? Hali sa backyard? Marinated na, nila-deliver sa inyo. Hindi kayo nag-process. Very good. Okay. Hindi nag-process, so that's the physical conditions. Yung chemical is...
Niluto mo siya ng wala din tulugan na breading, wala siya lasa magyapo. Pero malinitin siya.
that's chemical. Okay? Proof of reliability and superiority of the raw materials. Paano natin maano? Yun, tinanong kita kanina. Sino ang supplier ng raw materials mo? Kilala ka? Is it Del Monte or is it San Miguel Corporations? What is more superior? Is Del Monte or San Miguel?
Del Monte.
Ha?
San Miguel.
San Miguel?
Laki-laki San Miguel. Halos.
Alin ang mas well known? Ang San Miguel o ang Del
San
Monte?
Miguel. Pero,
Oh.
iba kasi yung pinaka-main product ng San Miguel eh. O ano yung San Miguel? O, ano sa isip mo, San Miguel?
Wala.
O,
Lak
alam,
lang.
diba? O.
Iba lang. Tignan mo, ang San Miguel, ang dami-dami ng material, ang ano nila, product nila.
May kape.
So,
Yan!
Sila din
Quantity
ang careful sa
required
atin.
every year. Oh, gagawa naman kayo ng tables. Okay. Sa isang araw, ilan ang consumptions? Ilan ang requirements? Ilan ang binibili para for a day, for a week, for a month? Okay? Availability, continuity of supplies. Bakit kailangan you have to study the availability and the continuity of supplies? Take note, the rationale behind is dapat you have an enough supply so that maiwasan ang shortages. Okay? O, tingnan nyo. Kung kayo kumakain, pagkatapos sasabihin, Sir, hindi na po available ang ano na to, ang chicken na main product nyo. Sir, hindi na po pwede available ang chicken. Ano na lang po, burger na lang at saka spaghetti, magsara na kayo.
Hindi ko mapupunta lang dito.
Take note, ha? Oh, take note that you're going to meet the demands of your customers. Diba? Kaya ako pag umaga fine dining, ako naiinis ako, they have the menu book. Siyempre, masasarap! Can I have this one? Pagkatapos babalik na yun ang service crew. Sir, sorry po, this is not available already. Okay. Sabi ko, can I have another one? Ang gusto mo, lahat ng nagustuhan ko,
Wala.
Sir, sorry po, if this is only the available one. Sabi ko, okay, thank you very much. We better look for another venue.
Ay, wala hindi.
Okay, kaya nga, take note, in business, hindi pwede. Kasi take note that you're going to win your customers. That is marketing strategy.
Sabi na ko, ubusan mo dali na mag-expire.
Is that allowed?
Nabawal
Is that allowed? Rosella?
sa CSR.
Pwede mo man sir, ano, pwede mo man siya expired. Pwede ba?
Pero hindi niya sasabihin. You are not, these are white lies.
Pero,
Hindi pwede yan may divulge kasi minsan ka.
tapos ipapakrumi ko ito minsan na kaya ano man daw. Uuwi ako ng kamang ko.
Take note, may reasons for closure pag na-divulge yan sa customers.
Pero babalik ko ako kayo ulit.
Kaya na, bawal na bawal. Take note, may internal control. Yan, suppliers reliability. Yung suppliers mo ba is ano? Fake, legit, or recognized? Yung RTW nyo, legit ba ang kinukuha nyo? From the factory itself? Or from the suppliers? The suppliers is license. Legit.
Yes.
Legit. Okay. Current and prospective cost of raw materials. Again, ito, kailangan may projections. Now, next, ito, madugo. Utilities. May electricity ba? May kuryente? Gumagamit ba ng fuel? Meron ba ng water, listing, and suppliers? Sino gumagamit ng business ng steam?
Siopaw.
Tumay ko.
Ayan, pau daw. What else?
Siopaw.
Yung laundry at saka yung dryer, gumagamit sila ng steam. Okay? Okay. User, quantity required, utilities. Ito, breakdown ko lang. Under electricity, yan ang mga considerations nyo. You have to know the user, the quantity required, utilities balance, availability, sources. In case, like for example, in case nag-shut down ang kuryente. Like for example, the NGCP announced that there will be a power interruptions from 5 down to 8 in the evening. What would be the alternatives? Are you going to close your store? Okay.
Minsan po.
Lalabas. Oh, close ba?
Pag pumunta ka niya dito, pero out. Okay, yung dito.
Okay. Electricity, fuel, water. Ayan! Number 10. Waste disposal. Saan po tinatapon ang mantikang pinagprituhan?
Drainage.
Sa drainage, bawal na bawal. Or, ako alam ko kung saan. Nilalagay nila sa pagkatapos binibili ng mga taga-market at saka na-recycle nila.
Pero sa
Oo.
natapon nyo.
sa to.
kinukuha
nila,
ng mga
kinukuha nila.
retailer. Kasi
Binibenta
sa
nila.
Jollibee, as far as I know, once na ang paggamit ng fry. Like for example, bago.
Once a week.
Once a week?
Nalimut ako. Lagi ako kaya. Ako na lang dyan.
Pwede once a day.
Once a day, once lang dapat.
Kasi di ba nililinis yan tuwing
Bulbos.
sarado na?
Ang ganyan ako na standard.
Again, ang waste disposal is very important. Okay?
Ako sila
Kasi
sila dumadaan ng plastic namin. Tapos bibili ko naman yung mga
Kinukuha. Maganda.
Ay, di rin nakalata pala ng ano.
Nakalala.
Oo,
Ako,
nakalata.
ang dami-dami ko ng nag-drive-thru ako. Ang dami-dami.
Pinagpapakawan pala sa mga ano. Pakuha.
Pinagbibili yan sa yan ang, kaya kayo,
Pero sa
kung kayo
Jollibee,
bibili ng
basta
mga,
lang
ng
nila.
mga oils, dyan sa sa market. Yung tingi-tingi, galing yan sa Jollibee, galing sa mga food chain yan.
Talaga?
Okay?
Ano pa yan? Nakalata na ako dako.
Warning you. Okay? Sige kayo.
Ba, ano yung kukuha sa ito? Sige. Ano yung kukuha sa basura?
Ayan, alternative methods considered. Methods used in other plants. Cost of waste disposal. Meron talaga ba ng waste disposal? Oh, I'm going to ask you sa RTW, do you have waste? Sa RTW?
Parang wala.
Wala.
Parang wala. Anong wala?
Meron.
Sobra naman
Eh,
kung
wala
wala,
ginagamit
James.
mong papel.
Papel.
Oo.
Wala.
So, meron.
Even sa product nyo, RTW,
Sa Bestie nga meron.
hindi lahat ng RTW nasusold. Even for 5 years.
Yes.
Kaya kayo, like for example, if I am the owner of the RTW shop, okay, for 5 years na hindi mo na-sold out yung items, ang ginagawa ng mga owner, gumagawa kayo ng garage sale. Di ba? Gumagawa kayo ng garage sale. Kasi kinoconsider nyo lang, that is already patapon ng buhay, wala na. You're going to make sales, garage sales, i-dispose nyo yan, that is already additional income. Okay?
Couple sir sa disposal.
Yes! Yes, that is your method of disposal. Kasi hindi naman nabubulok yung mga RTW. Wala kayong waste materials.
Kaya mo.
Ang waste materials nyo is another source of income. Na pwede nyo sabihin dyan, for RTW company, we don't consider waste disposal. Our waste disposal is another way of earning for an income, additional income. In what way? There are some RTWs which cannot be sold for the past 5 years. What we do is, we conducted garage sales. We dispose our RTW na outdated already, okay, on a very minimal price. That's why we arrive at a certain income. Diba? Wala ka na waste disposal. Kung meron man, ang iba kasi, pinagbibili yan, pagkatapos ginagawang
Saan?
basahan, very good. Okay, or what else? What is the other disposal ng ng mga RTW? Pinagbibili yan sa mga upholstered shop. Nilalagay ang palaman sa likod ng kama. Diba? Hindi nyo alam yan. Yung mga sa tapo ng mga RTW, binibili niya ng mga ng mga nag-upholstery na, yung naggumagawa ng upholstery ng mga upuan, ginagawa niya, pinapalaman yan sa upuan. Instead, nagagamit sila ng coconut husk. Ay, hindi kayo nabubusok. Wala kayo. Magbasa kayo. Even sa internet, magbasa kayo. Ang dami-dami din dapat malaman. Pag, if you are really dreaming to be an instructor someday. Ano lang here?
Apple pen.
Letter G, clearance from the proper authorities or compliance with the legal requirements. Oh, ito. Sa Jollibee.
Clearance.
Gagawa, kung marami kayong imbak na na oil, na prinitusan ng oil, nakalata-lata yan, paano nyo i-dispose? Gagawa kayo ng, for example, pagbibili nyo yan or itatapon nyo yan. Okay, gagawa. That, the authority, the government will require you to secure clearances. Like for example, sa amin noon sa ABC, marami kaming vehicles. Marami kaming sasakyan. So, ang ginagawa namin, isinipon namin yung mga lube. Yung mga lube na yung grasa. Pagkatapos din dispose namin. Before we can dispose that, we're going to seek clearance from the government, from the ENR. Kasi hindi mo siya pwede i-transfer. Yung mga chemicals naman sa amin, sabi, tinatapon sa river. Okay? Ang nangyayari kasi, pag nag-overflow ang thermal pan, is here comes the rainy season, nag-overflow ang tubig, kaya pupunta dun sa river. Pero yung talagang pinaka-waste sa thermal is binabaon yan sa ground. Pero bago ibaon, 3 layer na semento. Pagkatapos meron pa yan ng mga polyethylene na materials. Kasi hindi siya mag-leak. Okay? That's the proper. Bago yan nalagyan yung pinaka-waste, may inspections muna na may mga clearances na compliance. Okay? No more questions about the waste disposal. I hope that you can discuss this. Taxation. What proof that you can show or you can duplicate or you can copy para masabi na that business is complying with the law?
Permit, sir. Business permit.
Of course, permit. Yung permit to operate. Another, BIR. Di ba laki? BIR na pula. O, picturean nyo, photocopy niya. That is taxation aspects. Okay?
Matulog na siguro yung sila.
Years permit.
Kailangan sila magtugod.
Pero kaya doon makikita kaya dito sa nila na bawal ko picture ko nga dito sila. Dahil pwede lang mag-ako natin. Pwede ka lang po.
Ay, look for ano. Kaya naman naka-encounter ko na
Ano yun?
sa Jollibee.
Bawal sa parang?
Pwede dito sa mga
Kasi,
Ba't hindi yan ano?
TikTok ko nga sa mga, sa
Di ba
loob
din
ng
yan,
store.
maluwag na kayo, may letter ka po na.
Oo nga, may letter ka naman eh.
Okay? Next. Ayan. Number 6 is financing aspects. Sources of financing. Saan ba ang capital? Sino may-ari?
tax exemption.
Tapos nakita. Bakit meron ng tax exemptions? Ano yung mga tax exemptions na sinasabi dito? Okay. If Jollibee is doing some CSR, corporate social responsibility, like for example, December, kung baka nag-feeding sila, meron silang ng certificate na binibigay ang BIR para hindi sila i-tax. Bawas yan sa, like for example, kung ang taxable income nila or tax due nila is mga 20 million, may mga activities sila, like for example, gift giving, okay, for the elders and for the kids, binabawas yan. That's tax exemptions. Okay? Kaya nga, take note that CSR projects are already mandated by the law. Pero yung activity mo doon, okay, that is deductible from your tax due. Okay? Kaya kailangan, if you're going to conduct a CSR activity, kailangan i-register mo yan, sasabihin mo yan sa BIR, Sir, magkano kami, may kami ng gift giving. Bibigyan kayo ng certificate ng BIR para pag there comes now to April na mag-file kayo ng tax, ibabawas yan after the computations. Sa magkababayaran, ibabawas yan kasi that is exemptions. Parehas yan sa
Kaya
ano?
wala sa pagmadali ng December, mga PGC.
Yes. Kailangan kasi in 1 year, at least may one activity sila na CSR. Mandated by the law. Kailangan yun. Kaya tingnan nyo dito sa atin. Di ba pag December, okay, meron tayo ng gift giving, that is mandated by the law. Another CSR activities ng school. Yung mga SA, yung mga school, yung students assistant, dapat nakafile yan para tax exempted yung school. Alam yan ma'am, kasi yung SA, di ba, school scholars, okay? So, doon, ang gastos doon, ibabawas sa tax na babayaran ng school.
Kaya pala ang dami. Ang dami niyo pala.
Kaya pala
Kaya, konti lang naman ang binabayaran ng school. Kasi ang school is non-profit. Okay? Financing aspects. Oh, yung financing aspect naman, here comes now your knowledge in accounting. Sources of financing. Saan? Sino po ang may-ari? Okay? Amount and terms of financing. May capital stock ba? Okay. Use of proceeds. Binili ba ng machinery or diniposit sa kaban ng may-ari? Okay? Currency of financing. Is it peso, dollar, ringgit, Singapore dollar, Canadian dollar, US dollar? Okay? Next. Amount. Ito, kahit hindi nyo ito kunin, kasi suntok sa buwan yan. Okay? But, kung marunong kayo mag-deliver ng questions nyo, sasabihin ka lang ninyo, Sir, with due respect, or if you don't mind, magkano po ang inyong running capital or build-up capital? Take note ha, what's the meaning of build-up capital? Your starting capital. Masabi, rough estimate is 1 million. Oh, 1 million, 1 million, wala ang rough estimate na. You have already the figure. Okay. Pero pag sinabi, ay, DIOT na, sir, pwede mo i-convert ang DIOT lang sa figure? 500,000, sir, ang starting capital nyo. More or less, sir, 1 million. Basta marunong kayo ng art of questioning.
Wala mo po, sir, sa Jollibee, hindi ba sa traffic pala kaya sa Jollibee?
Kapag branch.
Franchise.
Nagpa-franchise sila.
Franchise kayo eh.
Hindi, ang may-ari niyan, ang franchise, ang franchisee. Kasi sila nagbuhi ng kapital. Anong problema, sir, Jose? Okay.
Gusto mo malaking kumpanya?
Repayment period. Kung ang capital is inutang sa bangko, may repayment period. Okay. Nagutang na 1 million as a capital, 1 million is payable after 15 years, that is your repayment period. Interest or dividend rate. After a year ba, nagbibigay ba ng dividendo or interest? Okay? So, dapat malaman natin yan. Okay. The status of the financing from this source. Do you believe na walang negosyo na walang utang? Yes, definitely. But the purpose of loan is for additional income. Financing of contingencies and seasonal peaks in working capital. Bakit? Like for example, I have one student na business-minded siya. Alam mo ang ginagawa niya? Umuutang ang mama niya sa bangko. Okay? Yun ang kanyang sharing. Umuutang ang mama niya sa bangko. Pagkatapos siya, nag-short-term financing siya. Yung inutang ng mama niya, binibigay sa kanya, pinapautang din niya on a short-term basis. Like for example, for 1 month. Parang Bombay.
Lending, sir.
Lending. Short-term. Okay? So, ang inutang ng mama niya, pinapautang din niya. Pero, tingnan niyo ang i-develop sa attitude ng lending. Nagiging, ano yung attitude? Dapat aggressive ka. Hindi ka generous.
No.
Kasi kung generous ka, pag sinabi mo, ay, pwede yung ano yung ako yung pagsukuta. Ay, puto pa din kayo. Diba? Pinag-usapan natin interest. Okay? The longer you pay your utang, the bigger is the interest. Okay? So tingnan nyo, ang craving ng recraving ng nag-lending after siya sa money. Diba? Ayaw niya pa, anyway, tingnan nyo nga Chinese. Punta ka ng good luck, ng Hollywood. Bawal solicitation. Tingnan yung babae dyan na parang parang clone.
Mga Buddha, sir.
Hindi mo ba na makeup niya bilog? Sabihin ng mga sensitive, may magkasalita, bawal, wala solicitation, labas. Di ba? Okay. Yan ang mga, may mga Chinese na very, sila. Okay? Now, on the financial aspects, okay, ito, I think we discussed this already, yung mga projections natin. Sales volume, plant capacity, income tax rate, tax exemption to be enjoyed by the project, foreign exchange rate, general price levels, financial statement. Kahit dito kayo mag-focus lang. At least for 2 years, yung pinaka-peak ang kunin nyo. Pinaka-peak na year.
Parang
2 years lang ang projection sa inyo sa inyo ha. It's not 5 years. In most cases na research, you are going to present a 5 years projections. Now, what I'm requiring from your research is at least 2 so that you have a comparison. Okay? At least 2 years. Financial statement, your income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. These are the major financial statements. Your agency or your company of choice may not divulge you the exact income statement, but tinabihan ko lang kayo kung paano gumawa ng projections. Okay? Diba? Magkano ang sales in a day? Compute it in a week. Convert it into months. Then convert into years. You have already your projections for 1 year. Diba? Okay, consumptions, expenses. Napakadali lang. Sales minus expenses is equal to, what's the result? Sales minus expenses, the result is, wala simbang.
Okay.
Sales minus expenses. Your expenses is operating and admin. The results will be
Income profit.
simple lang. Bakit yung mahirapan ng sarili niyo? O kanya? Oh, how are you going to determine sales? Start in a day. Magkano po ang sales dito? A rough estimate po. 500 pesos in a day. That is your sales. Gross sales. Tama? Okay. Times. Pero ano daw po ka mo nag-ooperate? Of course, 31. 31 days. 500 times 31. You have already your monthly sales. But you're going to prepare a projections for 1 year times 12 months. You have already your sales annually. Nakuha na. Sabutan. Sige, tamo. Sige, tamo. Oh, that's your sales. Expenses. Sir, ang operating expenses mo po, sir. Mga pera man, 500 po kinita mo. Ay, ang operating expenses ko man lang is 150 in a day. Okay. If you are operating for 31 days, you have your monthly expenses times 12. That is your annual expenses for operating. Admin. Pera sira ang tao mo po, pera ang sahod. So, you can get that, then minus your gross sale from your expenses, you have your net profit or net loss. Simple as that. Do not consider the overhead. Sir, you teach us about overhead. I ignore it. Kasi these are just projections. Did you get it? But, in the actual, you have to consider overhead expenses. Pag kayo na ang naandyan sa picture, you have to consider overhead before you arrive at the selling price. Okay? Pero pinag-usapan natin ha, iba. Iba ang sinasabi ko sa inyo ngayon sa research nyo kasi hindi yan sa inyo. Did you get it? Para magkaroon lang kayo ng bird's eye view or ng background on how a business is being run. Okay.
Sir, may question po.
Go ahead.
Ang sa sales, sir, kunwari, may iba pa siyang, kunwari, nag-rent. na may rent. Accompanied sa sales.
Nagpaparent?
Opo.
Yes,
Kunwari
Hindi
may
ko ganito
pwesto.
sa RTW kasi. Sa isang store po, meron po dung, kunwari, may isang ganito po kalaki na upa na puro
Aba.
tint lang. Upa po niya yun. Kasama po yun sa same ano.
Sino nag-uupa? Nagpapaupa kayo sa tenant?
Oo.
Sa ano? That's additional sales.
Additional.
Lahat, take note. Kaya meron kayo dito cash flow. Lahat ng pumasok in is considered as sales. Lahat ng out is considered as expenses. Did you get it? Lahat ng papasok na cash, papasok yan sa sales niya. It's very good. It's a very good question. Hindi lang sasabihin nyo, ay, yung RTW lang. Kung may nagrenta, basta lahat, cash in is sales. Cash out is expenses. Did you get it?
pati mga utilities.
Lahat ng out na galing dyan sa business is considered as cash out. Yung cash in, lahat, like for example, nag-cater ka, yung nag-cater sa pagkain naman, nag-cater. Yung sales mo sa catering, papasok yan sa sales mo. Doon naman sa RTW, may isa kang pwesto pagkatapos ito pinarentahan mo, yung sales na, yung rental na papasok sa iyo is considered as sales. Kasi cash in, that's additional income. Okay? Categorically, that will fall under sales because all sales is cash in.
Alright, thank you,
Some
sir.
more questions? Para malinaw, Albert. Lahat na gets.
Siguro nga.
Lahat na gets, ha? Okay lang si partner. Bahala na si partner. Okay. Now, yung financial analysis na gagawin nyo, okay, take note, yung financial analysis nyo, do not show me a break-even point. Paano ito nagiging break-even? Yung null. Period. Kasi, sa business, okay, ang business is pala ito. Tama?
Yes.
Okay. This is your peak. This is your lull. Tunog-tunog. Parang yan sa buhay. Diba? Ang buhay natin, pag walang excitement, hindi ang tinatawag. Lull. Sa business meron din. Okay? Yung break-even ka lang, yung kumita ka lang para lang pambayad sa mga utilities. Ako, to tell you honestly, ako nasa lull period ako ngayon ng boarding house ko. I have only 9 bed spacers. Okay. Pagkana yung 9,000 lang. 8,000 lang ano kasi 9 times 1,000.
1K lang.
1,000 lang ang barenta ko dun sa ano. Plus, yung 9,000 na sales ko, aalisin yan tubig, kuryente, yung staff ko, yung nag-maintain. Okay? Break even lang, yung 9,000 ko, sakto lang dun sa ano. Yung sales ko na 9,000, that is break even po. Good thing, kasi yung sister-in-law ko, sabi niya sa akin, still meron tayong kita. Kasi yung sari-sari store, kumikita ng 3,500 a day. So may kita pa rin siya. Siya ang may kita, ako wala. Sabi ko sa kanya, sabi niya sa akin, no, ikaw wala kita, ako may kita, 3,500 a day. See? At least sabi ko, nabuligan po kami. Okay? Next. Social desirability. Yan. When speak about social desirability, does the government has the access on your business? Does the government has an access on your business? Answer.
Alam ko meron.
Meron.
Yes.
Kasi
Meron.
kailangan ng
Kasi
permit.
nagbabayad kayo ng
Boys.
permits ng
Permit.
buwis.
Kailangan ng
You're
permit.
paying your income tax return. Right? Okay. Related industries.
Social.
Meron ba ng mga sister companies? Meron. Ang Jollibee, ang dami. Okay. Consumers. Paano natin ma-determine ang consumer's desirability? Abe? Ano ginagawa? Sa Jollibee muna tayo. Ang Jollibee is paminsan-minsan lang. Yung may mga service crew or I don't know, if staff ang ano na, habang kumakain ka, lalapitan ka, sir, if you don't mind, para hindi ka ma-disturb while you are eating, pwede po sir magpa-answer ng leaflets, yung survey ng, yan, that is desirability ng consumers. Tinitingnan nyo, may data on doon sa consumer satisfaction. Oh, yan. Ako most of the time, pag pumunta ako ng Chowking, palagi pagpasok, ay sir, dito na naman si sir, sabi ko bakit? Yun na naman, pa na ako nila na, habang kumakain ako, ang dami-dami question na, sir, kinigantuhan pa ako ng staff. Kasi binibigyan ko sila ng magandang rating at saka ng recommendations. Okay, kailan ako sa Chowking. Minsan, may mga giveaway silang pinapadang yung busdiat. Busdiat? Butchi niya. Sir, sila bibigyan ng supervisor. For what? Sir, magdadasal namin ng comment niyo. Oh, thank you very much. That's customary one. Okay? That is social desirability. Employees.
Nagganan ako. Yung sa taas tayo.
Yung social desirability ng employees, ano bang binibigay niyo sa mga
Incentives?
Sa consumers.
Exactly, incentives.
Yung consumer desirability, yung complaint para kayo.
Ang ano sir?
Complaint.
It should be positive na complaint. Pero pag negative complaint, hindi yung desirability.
Ano yung
Desirability is positive. Like for example,
Paksan mo lang eh.
be careful kayo ha, kasi si Rosella nagtanong yung complaints. Complaints na, usually, if we heard the word complaints, is negative already. Okay? Wala naman mga complaints pag positive. Diba?
Compliment ito sa...
That's a compliment. Exactly. Pag complaints is negative already. Tapos sabihin, ang tagal ng serving
Sabi
time.
mo, 15 minutes.
Oo. Ako minsan pag nagutom na ako, sasabihin ka na, how long it takes? Sir, 15 minutes. Okay, I can still afford to wait for 15 minutes. 30 minutes na. Tapos pupunta ako dyan sa, you told me kami nag-ano, 15 minutes.
Nag-timer
Sir,
ako.
sir, na po, yung parang nakalimutan.
Nagkano ako nila sir sa Jollibee, nag-survey ako, nagsagot ako sa survey dati.
Ay, bagsak yan sa akin na Jollibee.
Yung nasa taas tayo.
Ang
sa
Jollibee din
floor.
sa bagsak sa akin sa Jollibee sa ano, dito
Sa bago.
sa City Mall.
Yung bago, yung
Dito
yung
sa
second
may
floor.
park.
City Mall yun.
Exercise tayo, di ba?
Yan. Bagsak sa akin ang rating.
Nasa kanto tayo.
Binigyan ako sa Jollibee na ano.
Binigyan ako
Pagkatapos
survey.
doon, kilalang ako dyan sa Jollibee sa
Ano
Sumagot ako
sa may,
Serving.
dyan sa may tatlo, sa may ano, sa may
Time of
church.
serving.
Oo.
Sila ko very unsatisfied.
Pagkatapos,
So,
So,
pala.
yun naman sa sa second floor,
Kami-
may roast ko dahil yung isang chicken.
di sa taas,
Sa second, may gawa ko.
ito na naman ang ayaw na ayaw. Yung sa ano, yung sa kanto, Macdo ba yun?
Bakdo.
Macdo?
Sa May Plaza. Sir, sa May Plaza, sir?
Oo.
Sanay pa ang manok sir.
At saka hindi masarap. Sabi ko, ano ba ito?
Hindi yung mas
Ang bakal talaga sa videos ko. Nagtatapos na naman na sober ako.
May nakita ko sa doon na ano sa social media na ang Macdo
Yung bunch?
gawing tao daw. Gusto ba sa plane ako nagkatuwa?
Yung bunch! Yung McDo na, yung bunch ng ano ng burger?
Hindi naman sir yun.
Yung stop, ginagano sa floor.
Yun daw.
Bago nilagyan sa
Tao daw, no?
Ha?
Tao daw.
Ang patty?
Hindi daw yung mga ginagawa sa'yo. Gusto, pabuhay ko din ako nagkanto sa Macdo kasi meron na.
Bumagsak ang rating ng McDo because of that.
Totoo ba yun?
I don't know. Kasi kita-kita yung pipicturean ng customer, nahulog, ang service crew, nahulog yung ano, yung batch. Pagkatapos ginawa ng ano, ginanon-ganon yung batch bago tapos nilagyan ng patty. Nakita
Pero halos sa lahat naman, depende sa customer. Kasi sa Mang Inasal, sa Marilao, sa Bulacan, ang ginagawa nila, once na nalaglag yung yung manok,
Yeah.
ilalagay lang nila sa oven, tapos iserve na nila. Tapos kapag kami mga customer na naiinis yung mga service crew,
Oo.
nanghihingi ng pitchel, bawal po kasi ang pitchel. Pag maramihan kayo, wala ka
Oo.
naman tubig-tubig isa-isa. Nanghihingi ng pitchel, ang ginagawa ng ibang service crew, kinakakaw yung pitchel.
Pagdalit yung ano,
Kaya
Pagkalit
na sa
sila.
secret, be nice dun sa mga service crew.
May ano nga lang dyan, sir, may service ko yung nakatrabaho dati galing Manila, ulit ko siya, painawag siya sa gusto niya. Sarap pa kaya kayo, kasi gusto ko yan sa litis, parang ginawa ito. Sabi ko, kaya pa dati daw ko sa Manila, may battery po na siya.
Ganun talaga.
Gusto ko tuloy sa Manila,
Ganun talaga sa
totoo.
Manila, totoo yun.
Nakaway niya yung gusto ko kasi inaway siya. Tapos natawag ko sa trabaho, kaya nagano, pinuplayed siya, nag-drive sa, dahil naman sa lab. Siyempre, gusto customers.
Kaya nga, pag pumapasok tayo sa mga restaurant, be nice.
Oo,
sa mga
mabuti
service
talaga
crew.
sa
Kaya
website.
niya, may gusto siya.
Huwag yung,
Kulay.
pinatawag nyo, huwag yung sutsutan. Shhh! Ako tell you honestly.
Ikaw malakutan niya pa rin to, sir, kahit pag nag-bullshit siya sa ano, gusto ka na, baka ko galit, tapos sira ko ng mukha.
Okay, social desirability for employees. Okay, may mga bonuses. For community. Ayan. Paano ang social desirability ng community? What is the main target of Jollibee? Ano major community target ng Jollibee? Abel, Rosella. Hala.
Nalito ako mga daw, kaya sa kansa ito, pinabang.
The target is kids.
Kids ay yung pala dyan.
Community lang ng Jollibee is good for kids. Tingnan mo, ay, isip bata ka pala kaya nandito ka sa Jollibee. Ako po nakikita ako ng mga friends ko, ay ba't nandito ka sa Jollibee? Isip bata ka talaga, sabi ko, no. Kasi wala naman dito ng Kenner Rogers, di ba? I love Kenner Rogers, yung chicken ng Kenner Rogers. Okay. As compared to Jollibee. Ang chicken ng Jollibee is very makapal ang skin. Ang Kenner Rogers, napaka-thin. Nakita nyo? Napaka kasi iniisis niya ng salt. Kaya nanipison siya. I have a friend na working sa Kenner Rogers.
Ito yung pinakalas.
Okay, yan ang sekreto nila. Okay. Now this is already the closing. Your conclusions, recommendations, and suggestions. Okay. Ano yung mga findings nyo? Okay. Again and again, do not put negative findings. As much as possible. Huwag nyo i-divulge. Okay. Okay. Pahapyaw, pero not in details. Like for example, hindi nyo sasabihin na Jollibee source of Magsaysay branch is not complying with the law. They are not paying for the taxes. Okay?
Kasama na dyan.
Minsan ka, like ka ng mga kaano. Okay? Kaya, ingat kayo. So, your recommendations must always be positive.
Chat na ako, kung ano lang yan, makalik ka pa, pero sabi na makalik ka. Nagulat lang, kasi naman kasi sa office doon.
Again and again, the art of questioning is para makakuha kayo ng data. Depende yan sa inyo kung how are you going to ask questions. I'll give you already the data. Kaya nung sabi nagdetalye na si Rosella, sabi ko, I give you already the outlines. Yun nakalagay na sa outline. Pick lang na kayo dyan ng konti. Pagkatapos pahabain niya na lang. Okay? Very clear na ba?